Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto market. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Memecoins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to talk about the crypto market dump over the last 24 hours. We got close to 100K, and now we're pulling back almost 10% off those highs. We're going to talk about Pump.fun ending live streams. We're going to talk about all the latest meme coin runners. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Easy hanging out with me today. How you feeling, Easy?
I'm good, man. I think I figured out the alpha.
I saw your post. I was watching a little bit of your stream this morning. I don't know if it has anything to do with those trending coins or what the alpha
That's
is.
all it is. It is we're going full left curve. We're no longer thinking. We're not using any critical logic, nothing. We're going full normie retail lefty whole side. So I started this wallet, right? And every day at 8 p.m. Eastern time, I buy one soul of the top trending tokens. The one rule I have is I won't double dip, so I won't buy the same top coin. So if I already have it in the port, I'll buy whatever one's the highest ranking that I don't have. So right now we own the top four. Purple Pepe, Rismus, just buy $1 worth of this coin in DNA. DNA is my biggest loser. That thing is down, except it is somewhat coming back right now. The rest of them, though, Rismus was as low as $86. I bought one soul of each of these. Rismus went down to $86, basically dead. That's that one soul worth is now worth $655. So something about these. The goal is I can't sell them for a week, so I have to hold them until Sunday.
So I saw something interesting here. I'm gonna play this clip because it's like really funny in like relation to what you're talking about. Because I watched this yesterday, and like you're fading retail. Fading retail normally makes sense. So I'm gonna play this clip from TikTok that Clemente shared.
It'll go back up if you hold it. Not really. Once it hit its peak, people take out their money and it kind of just crashes all the way down. So be careful, guys. I had 1,600 at one point, and I sold everything, and I'm at $500. Do with that what you will, but yeah. If you want my 2 cents, don't go to trending tokens because you think, oh, look at all these. They're so high. They're high, but they've already hit their cap. Do not go here. Trending tokens, screw all those. Those already exploded.
So you get the gist there. This guy lost a lot of money and then is like bashing on the trending tokens, which is funny because I saw you talking about these for most of this week, and it seems like you've had success. So when you're fading somebody like this, you have to feel pretty good.
Yeah, I feel great. Like that guy just sounds like an idiot. Thank God, because sadly I am down. I bought one this morning. Puff Penguin. It's just getting absolutely decimated. I'm down about 50% on this thing in the moment.
Oh man.
But hey, listen, I'm up bigly on $1. Just buy $1 worth of this thing. I mean, the thing's at 20 million. Like, the thing is, I don't hear anybody on crypto Twitter talking about these coins. None of them. I even posted yesterday. I was like, what the hell is this Purple Pepe thing? I posted about it. I was like, why is this $100 million market cap? And someone's like, dude, Facebook groups. They're posting about this on Facebook. And I was like, oh God, dude, that's definitely what it is. And those are the same people that don't know that you need Solana still in the wallet to sell. So I'm like, perfect. Let's just go with this. We'll see what happens. Purple Pepe is now down pretty bad. Oh my God. Yeah, that's the chart.
This is the one.
Chart looks great.
$1 chart. So I actually watched this bond. I don't remember if I was streaming at Bodogos or what, but I was sitting there watching this coin bond a couple days ago, and I was like, "This is the dumbest shit ever." And like I saw it, run up. Like it wasn't even like that quick of a run on the initial launch. Like it was like a slow cook.
It basically died too.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. It fell all the way back down to like 100K. And that's what Rismus did too. My Rismus bags, first off, dumbest ticker I've ever heard. Rismus, whatever. That thing literally just imploded at one point. Like, it dropped all the way down to when I was bag holding it. This thing was, I want to say, sub $1 million when I've been holding it. Yeah, like this thing was basically nothing. It's crazy because this token says it's old, like pretty old, 11 months.
So
pretty wild.
It was like a last Christmas coin essentially.
Yeah, yeah. It dropped all the way down to 600K, and now has since just exploded back up. So like sometimes some of these coins, and like I said, the goal for these is I'm just holding them. I'm not. I'm holding them for a full calendar week. They could pump high as hell and quite literally go to zero, negative even, and I'm still gonna have to hold it because I'm just not selling them. The only goal here is just don't sell them. Just only hold. Try a whole new strat. Just hold. And if they come back from the dead, they come back from the dead. If they don't, they don't. We're gonna see what happens with it though. I did just top blast that $1 coin though with some like larger size. I was like, yeah, we're just gonna send this and see what happens.
Yeah, and like the tokenomics on that, like it's like imagine if this goes to $1, it's 100x from here, you know, based on like the current price.
Yeah,
like right
yeah,
now.
and I mean that's a $1 billion market cap if it does. Like that, it's not that outlandish of a market cap in these conditions. The tougher part is like, is it gonna get to $1? I don't think so, but maybe 10 cents would be cool. Like, dude, the narrative on it to me is just funny. I'm like, oh, they're selling dollars for 20 cents.
Mhm.
You know, like it's just dumb. Like it's just dumb. It's one of those dumb tickers that like you just have to go you just have to turn your brain off. Just literally stop thinking. Just stop thinking. And that's how I'm trading the trending collections. I'm just not thinking. I'm like, okay, if there's a trending collection, we'll buy it at night and just see what happens.
We're gonna do a little buy order if this thing dips, just to get on $1. We have like a massive dip. I like that narrative, but I'm not gonna top blast here after this candle on the 1 hour.
Yeah, it's probably gonna retrace pretty hard.
But we'll get in a little bit there. Thanks to BullX for these features where you can kind of just set and forget. That being said, I want to kind of highlight one of our favorite partners. This show is brought to you in partnership with Stream. You've heard us talk about Stream a ton. We've got a new game we're going to try out today. They released a new game called Mathcraft. So we're going to test our math skills live on air. We're going to run this stream drop. I pinned the link to the stream drop in Twitter, I believe. Double checking now. If not, I will pin it here before we get started. We're also going to share the link in the YouTube comments. We're going to play this game, but basically what you need to know about Stream is they are an Animoca incubated project. Essentially, there's only been 2 others. The most recent being Mochaverse. Mochaverse had a ton of success with their NFT drop. I believe that's still over a 2 ETH floor, and they had a crazy token drop out of the gates when that launched. Solid price action is held steady. So you can imagine good things coming for Animoca incubated projects like Stream. But what Stream is essentially it's a layer that goes on top of existing streaming media, and it lets the audiences and creators interact. So we get to play fun games like this. We're in like the early access, like beta phase of this. So the games are rolling out. There's new games. There's going to be additional functionality that makes it a little bit more interactive with creators over time. We're really excited for what they're building. But now we're going to play a little stream drop here. We're going to do a little Mathcraft. I haven't done this before. I just know that it involves some math. So we're going to learn live on stream together right now. If you haven't signed up yet, go to bodoggos.com/stream. You're going to have plenty of time to jump into more of these as we go. And you can also go to the game room link in the pinned tweet and also in the YouTube comments. All right, here we go. So we need to remove the right blocks to reach the answer. The answer is 2.
Okay, game time.
Right, we need to remove 1 block. So we need to get to 2. 7 minus 5 is 2. So we'll remove the 1. Awesome. Boom. Now when you get to 6, remove 1 block.
-6. Get rid of -6.
Do it. Smash. Boom. Now when you get to -12, 7.
Get rid of -7. Yep.
Boom. Yep. And when you get to 0, 7.
-7. Yep. Boom.
So you get rewarded on speed here and accuracy. So if you score in the top, I believe it is 1,000, you get extra points. Points basically are called shards. You're going to be claiming shards. You're going to be getting gems. They're going to be used for future rewards. We talked a little bit about what future rewards could mean from an Animoca incubated project. You can put 2 and 2 together, figure out it equals 4, and you're going to know that you're going to want to participate in these drops. Yeah, so that does it for Stream. They're one of our favorite partners. We love playing these games. We love launching them. They've rewarded our community before. We had a Stream Carnival win. We got nice cash for all of the participants in that, and we're going to continue to run with them and hopefully get our audience some rewards when this period ends and the points get claimed. So that wraps it up for Stream. How about we get into the weather report before we get into the meat of the show? Easy, are you ready, or should I do a little?
I got the weather report. Let's dive right into it. A unique one-off weather report by the very own Easy Eats Bodega. And what we're looking at today is looking over at the crypto roundup. Majors are down on the day with Bitcoin just over 92K, ETH hovering around 3,300, and Solana all the way down to 229. The leading top 100 coin was Phantom's FTM token, which is up 10% to a $2.8 billion market cap. And over the past 24 hours, $700 million was liquidated from the crypto markets as majors fell 5 to 10%. Bitcoin ETFs saw over $400 million in net outflows, and the MicroStrategy stock has fallen almost 30% from its highs last week. I know Pio's sweating. And if he heard that, he would tell me I'm dumb and an idiot and it's going to $5,000. We'll see. Next up, after receiving backlash over the weekend, Pump.fun disabled live streaming after some horrific acts were recorded and criminal activity was prevalent on the platform. Popular live streamers such as the OG Live Guy and Norm, streaming from his toilet, have now moved over to X Broadcasts to continue to stream their engaging content in hopes of hitting 150 million respectively for their market caps. And finally, we saw some geopolitical crypto policy changes with Morocco legalizing crypto after banning it in 2017. And the UK's also announced their plans to completely regulate crypto by 2026. Back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report, as always. Easy flying through some stories there. Some interesting ones I want to touch on is the Pump.fun ending streaming, and I think that I think we can solely take credit for that. We hammered them really hard on our show yesterday. We made sure that the people had their voices heard. We talked about it, and they listened to us, and I think we basically just forced that issue. So now we get to watch all this fun and engaging streaming on X instead. This kind of stuff is just groundbreaking, honestly. So we're watching Live Guys sleep here. It's been 118 hours of streaming for this dude. I don't know what his life is like. I wonder if he just took off for Thanksgiving break. It's yo, this is what I'm doing.
Well, he's got to record the dinner, dude. He's got to live stream Thanksgiving dinner with the family. I think he's sleeping. I think he's sleeping in the background.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's down there, for sure sleeping. But how do you have the motivation at this point? Looking at the chart, it's just
chart is not good.
Yeah, down only.
Chart is not good. That's not a good chart. I'd be sitting there just wondering what the fuck I'm doing at this point.
Yeah, I wonder how much token he has. I know he's been on a number of calls with people, and it's been talking in the background. I have to imagine he has some skin in the game on this token. It'd be hard to imagine doing this without anything, which is wild. Norm, I don't think, could care less about what's going on.
He just does these live streams.
Yeah, this guy is just locked in, just on this toilet, 105 hours. Just I don't even know what he's doing right now, but he's fiddling with something here.
Yeah, it's I don't know what he's doing, but he's just been living on a toilet. I can't believe he's still just live. He looks miserable. He looks miserable
the whole time. It's like the worst content imaginable. It's just him sitting there miserable and screaming every once in a while.
But what do you do? As Norm, what do you do?
I mean, you just
stream guys 116,000 tokens with $470 now. Yeah, see, dude, think about it from that perspective. This dude is live streaming for how many days, and he has $470.
Yeah, I have to imagine he was able to do something at some point. I know he was talking to other crypto native people during the stream. I wonder if people bought token for him who were invested or something to provide some sort of benefit. Also, that was funny. We talked about MicroStrategy stock, and we saw Pio pop into the green room for a minute there. So I'm sure he's going to come on and have something to say, but he couldn't let us know.
Strong opinions.
Yeah, but I definitely do want to talk about the MicroStrategy once Pio gets on. So we'll save that. We'll save that for Pio for sure. But let's talk about the latest Memecoin meta. We talked about a couple of these tokens, but we had two other runners yesterday I want to bring up. We had UBC, which was interesting. I don't know much about this. I'm going to bring up the chart now. Do you know anything about this? Did you trade this at all last night, Easy?
I did not. I'm not familiar with it. I missed it. I saw it. Passed on it.
So we're seeing runners pretty high numbers on tokens, kind of just random tokens. So this one, I think it's called Universal Basic Compute. It's trying to do something with compute allocation for AI tokens. I don't know. It's a little bit over my head. I haven't dug into it yet, but I saw this one ran and people were talking about it yesterday. I also saw Bob, which was the little stick figure guy, which was interesting because essentially the whole gimmick for this one is you click the X button and it brings up a page where you're posting on X this little dude essentially. And like you fix it and then you like delete this stuff, and like that's the meme essentially. Is like you propagate this little guy on X, and this one ran all the way up to, it looks like it wicked over 32 million before retracing down to where it is at 8 million now, less than 24 hours old. Did you trade this one at all, Easy?
Yes, I did, Ray. Yes, I did.
How'd you make out on this? Please don't tell me you top line.
No, so I got in at 27K. Shared to Bodago's Discord at 40K. All right. A ton of people got in. Dumped the entire bag between like 600 and 300 for 32 soul. Put 2 soul in. So great trade, right?
And then you dump the bag at how much?
Between 3 and 600K. Sold half at 600 and then half on the retrace at 300. So that first pump there, that first pump up, right?
Yeah,
so I did pretty well on it. It immediately ran to $4 million following that exit. And then I saw it run to $30 million following that exit. So I left about 1,200 soul on the table. So a little over $250,000 was left on the table for this trade. So yeah, it was great to watch this chart just not stop. Bodagos were really happy because a bunch of them hit. Like one person put in like 0.15 and left with like 10 soul. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Why completely exit? Because every day I start with 5 soul. And if you hit a big win, 30 soul from 5, great day, Now that I have 30 in there, I'm more comfortable kind of just letting some moon bags play out. But I was down. So yesterday I was down to like my last like 0.8 soul, basically burned 4.2 soul throughout the day trading. And last night we hit a couple of winners. I was just talking about Bodago's chat, not in VC. And just very upset about this one. Leaving $240,000 on the table is always a painful lesson on why you should sometimes leave a moon bag. But at this point, it doesn't matter. I found the normie cheat code, and we're only trading normie coins now. That's it.
One thing I wanted to say that kind of relates to leaving a moon bag is like it's all just math. Like people say like, oh, leaving a moon bag is just like so smart. But if you're leaving like a 25% moon bag and like that ends up just turning the dust, like you have to hit at a higher rate on your other plays to stay solvent. So like there's different strategies, and like I think they all hold water. Like some people just like buy and then just like not sell until like 10x. Like they'll just take shots, they'll dust it or they'll 10x. People will just take 100% profit like you do. People leave moon bags, but it all comes down to a numbers game and how often you can hit on these and for what X's. So like if you're leaving a moon bag, like everyone says like, oh, it's so smart, but if you're not hitting enough other plays to fund that, you could end up with all these moon bags that turn to dust, and then you're out of capital to invest into new tokens.
Yeah, quite literally. That's the thing. And it's like there's so many people that are like, why on earth would you not leave a moon bag? But it's like, I looked at the chart. I even posted this morning. I was like, to be completely honest, like I'm posting this more for engagement. Like there's no way I would have sold this at 30 million, let alone 5 million, let alone 1 million. Like I was in at 27K. You know what I mean? Like I was in so early pre-bonding that when it bonded, I had a 5x. So at that point, like you had a 16x on something. And yesterday the trenches were basically dead. Like that's the thing, was like they were so quiet yesterday. And you look at the data and it's like less tokens are launching, less are migrating, still highest number of users. You sometimes should like sit there and be like, okay, this makes sense. There probably will be a runner. But even that, like this chart, when it ran up that hard and retraced that aggressively, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this probably is dead. Let me just get out, book the win, and keep pushing. And sure enough, it just then giga sent. And then people were top blasting it all the way up to $30 million throughout the whole night. And for me, I was just like, whatever. Like life goes on. I'm not mad about it. I've made worse trades. I've made better trades. And that's kind of the way I'm looking at it, is like I could be upset or I could just keep going and find the next winner. And I think I found the next winner, Ray. They're selling us dollars for 20 cents.
Yeah, I put the buy limit.
Buy it now.
It's probably not going to hit.
I'm not buying that shit now. Pio, I think you'll like this one. It's called $1. Just buy $1 worth of this coin. It's at $21 million market cap.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, they're selling us dollars for 20 cents. So the reason I like this coin, it has 32,000 holders. 32K. So it has a ton of holders. Like a ton. And if it's the bubble maps is great on this thing. It's like pretty well dispersed. And the other thing is it's not a lot of people buying it on BullX and Photon and stuff. It looks like it's actually people just going to Phantom and buying it from the trending page because it's top 3 trending. Like that's it.
20
The bubble
million
maps is
bucks,
good.
man. 20 million bucks. What'd you get in at?
Right around here, I think 18 mil. I have this. So I've been doing this one soul wallet where each day I buy one soul of the top trending coin on Phantom's trending, just to literally just buy it and see what happens. On Saturday, I bought Rismus. So it's this Fortnite character. It's the dumbest coin ever. It's 11 months old. When I bought it, it literally went to zero. It went from one soul at the time, $260, down to $68 at its low. And I was like, all right, I just burned the soul, whatever, but let's just keep doing this. That coin is now back and is worth $730. It's up 3x from where I bought.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, sick. Like, we're going to just keep firing. That account is up about $500 right now on the $900 I've spent in the last 4 days. So, like, we're just trying this theory. I'm calling it the normie strategy, where I'm just opening up my Phantom wallet and buying trending. And that's it. There's no research done. There's literally just turning my brain off and buying the farthest left curve strategy I could possibly have and seeing how it plays out. And this Rismus was on there. That $1 coin is on there. This coin called Purple Pepe.
What market cap does it start trending on Phantom though?
So it's based on volume. So it kind of ranges. So like Rismus is 8 mil. Just by $1 is 20 mil. Purple Pepe is 100 million. So they're all over the place. Below Chill Guy's number 5 on here. You have a coin called DNA, which is 3 mil. So it does really vary on there. Puff Puff Penguin is number 8. That's sitting at a 600K market cap. So there's just like a chill donkey for real. Like these are the dumbest names. The dumbest names I've ever heard. And that's like kind of why I'm interested in them. I'm like, okay, Mewing Snowman, Bob is on here from last night. A ticker called We Love Anal is on here, number 16. That's sitting at a 700K market cap. But I literally just click on it, see what the holder count looks like. And basically, if I can find ones under 5 mil with over 10,000 holders, I'm like, this actually has a chance to probably go to 5 mil just on the holder base alone. And then like I'll do a little bit of research after. Like I bought Puff Puff Pangu this morning on stream just because I looked at it. I was like, why is this trending? Why is it $1 million? Why is it number 8? Clicked on their website. It's an Instagram with 1.3 million followers. So I was like, okay, so it's an Instagram coin. We don't see anybody on crypto Twitter talking about it. Let's let it fly. Let's just truly see if this normie strategy is this how retail is buying coins? They're just opening up the app, seeing a trending coin, and saying this looks good. Is that all it is?
It could be. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I've been really focused on MicroStrategy over the past week, so I haven't really paid any attention to random meme coin stuff. MicroStrategy is going to go to $1 trillion, so that's definitely, I'd say, a pretty cool thing, considering it's under $100 billion right now. And watching crypto Twitter, basically, so Saylor's been doing the exact same thing for 4 years nonstop, no change in strategy at all, literally the exact same thing for 4 years. But then now the price went up on the stock in a pretty significant way. So now everyone's weighing in with random ass bearish opinions. It's pretty interesting stuff to just watch it kind of play out. But yeah, that's what I've been pretty excited about. Haven't really seen much. I see that Chill Guy has recovered. What coin are we buying right now on Pump Vision on Bullex?
Easy. I want to dive into the MicroStrategy stuff a little bit because I think there's something interesting here, and I think you just kind of glossed it over with your bull posting and your bull takes here. Like, I don't know, Beanie's calling it the Luna of this cycle. I mean, they're leveraged on an asset that's very volatile. If Bitcoin does retrace as it does for these cycles after this top, like, could you not see a scenario where they get squeezed out and have to liquidate and then it becomes kind of a death spiral? I'm just saying. I'm saying, like, there is execution.
I want to hear his response. Let's hear it.
Yeah. It's all going to zero. It's vaporware. Bitcoin's fake. It's fake internet money. I don't know, dude. Like, I think MicroStrategy can stay solvent longer than anyone can stay rational. They're just going to keep issuing convertible notes and buying more Bitcoin. So like, I think people know the liquidation point, right? Like, that's a pretty known thing. We've talked about it before where Michael Saylor's like has a liquidation point on Bitcoin and it hasn't gotten close. I think it's like so out of range at this point that like you would need multiple black swans to hit. My bigger concern though is like someone yesterday posted, how come MicroStrategy's never posted a proof of reserves, like proof that they own this? And I think the bigger thing is like if they do and you see one Bitcoin move or sell from that wallet, then like you're gonna see a cascading effect. But at the same time, dude, like I don't know, Michael Saylor's just been like, I'm just gonna keep buying and holding this shit. And I like Pio's strat, their theory that it's gonna become a Bitcoin bank. Like I'm like, that's pretty interesting.
He's basically
and I can
saying
get behind that.
He said that it is. So real quick, all right, are we allowed to talk about MicroStrategy? Is that allowed?
Yeah,
That's allowed, everybody?
That's allowed.
Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, is this allowed to talk about an actual, like the literal future of publicly traded companies that have Bitcoin? I mean, no, I'm wondering if it's allowed. They're like, no, you have to.
We'll let it slide. We'll let it slide.
You have to talk about like, shark with dildo in its face. Like I didn't know that, we were allowed to talk about MicroStrategy. So T Ward, we got T Ward 20 is going to allow it. I like that. We got Ellie.jpg saying, please. We got Ghost Skater saying it's allowed. All right, so check it out. So the MicroStrategy, what Saylor's been doing with MicroStrategy has not changed in four years. Okay. Saylor has 30-year almost relationships with the financial institutions that he's working with this strategy that he's been working with over the past 4 years. So this isn't this isn't the high school kid got the keys to dad's car and he skipped school and took the car for a ride and crashed it like Sam Bankman-Fried and like Do Kwon from Luna. This is real big boy stuff. This is like when a real estate investment firm borrows against the massive portfolio of existing real estate that they have so that they can acquire more real estate. If a real estate investment firm did that, you wouldn't say, oh, it's a Ponzi scheme. Oh, it's going to be the Terra Luna. So the real thing is with Beanie, I'm very surprised at Beanie. Because Beanie is actually someone who people regard as a very smart individual in the crypto space, broadly speaking. Keep in mind that with the whole NFT thing last cycle, a lot of people were crowned as geniuses just because they bought NFTs early when there were only like 8 or 9 different NFTs realistically that you could choose from. Like you could buy CryptoPunks, you could buy Xcopy, you could buy, when art blocks came out, you could buy those. There just weren't that many things. So if you were just in crypto and open-minded, like if you didn't have a weird block on your mentality when it comes to crypto, if you weren't like a quote maxi of any sort, then you just kind of bought those early NFTs for not a lot of money. And then they exploded so big that they went up in price a lot. NFTs were a lot easier than the current meme coin cycle because actually, even though meme coins are having absolutely explosive, gains, but if I look on Pump Vision, I can just watch new meme coins come out every second pretty much right now. Like literally we can just watch meme coins come out, right? NFTs was like, there's 13 of them. So actually you could have just fire hosed your way in and just sprayed the entire NFT market. So a lot of people that were kind of crowned geniuses last cycle were just open-minded in crypto, had some money, threw it at NFTs. It went up like 1000x. There you go. MicroStrategy is not little kid shit like a lot of crypto stuff. MicroStrategy is someone that has a 30-year public company, basically. He's one of the longest standing public company CEOs at this point with a functional business. Is it the best business ever? No, but it's a cash flow generating business of his software company of MicroStrategy that's now adopted a gnarly, really an aggressive Bitcoin strategy that's an attack on the traditional finance system, an attack on, the fiat currency system. And by the way, we already went from a $69,000 Bitcoin price to a $16,000 Bitcoin price. I don't know if anybody remembers this from last cycle. A literal like 80% drawdown to below previous all-time high, which was a black swan event because of, a black swan, aka FTX. And that had no impact on Saylor's strategy. I want to really understand that. Zama just brought up the accounting issue from like the year 2002. Yep. Got it. You dug up the one thing that's like a black eye on Michael Saylor is that happened like 20 years ago. So there you go. So think about it like this. Imagine a world. Oh, by the way, here's some stats for you. MicroStrategy has 10 times more Bitcoin than any other company in the entire world. So hold on. Let me just say that one more time. MicroStrategy at this point has 10 times more Bitcoin than any other company on the planet. And by the way, they're buying more. They just announced a $5 billion buy the other day. So they have 10x more than any other company. And guess what? If you add up all other publicly traded companies that have Bitcoin, the Teslas of the world, you're now seeing that there's other companies that are getting interested in Bitcoin. There's some big insurance companies that have put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. If you add up all of those companies, MicroStrategy has 3 or 4x more Bitcoin than all of them. Their estimate, like the projections, are that MicroStrategy will do as much buying of Bitcoin in 2025 next year as all of the ETFs will. So that's kind of where we're at with MicroStrategy. So imagine a world where in the future, MicroStrategy has more Bitcoin than anybody else. Bitcoin costs $500,000. Nation states are buying Bitcoin, right? The United States has its strategic Bitcoin stockpile. There's a little bit of an arms race between the United States, Russia, China, when it comes to accumulating Bitcoin, because you just have to at that point, just like how, countries used to compete over gold. All the wars throughout history, by the way, were either over land or gold. And so now you have the digital gold, the land in cyberspace that companies are accumulating. So you get the competition among nations. This one random ass company has more Bitcoin than basically anybody else in the world. They can borrow against the Bitcoin. They can issue loans. They can pay a Bitcoin dividend. The market cap of that company is only $100 billion. It's actually less because it's pulling back right now. It's less than $100 billion right now. Do you not think that a company like that has over 1% of the new internet money should be worth $1 trillion? Is that not something? So I'll pause there. Quickly, I sent a Twitter account, a gentleman named Punter Jeff, who is I guess you'd call a
lazy lion, Maxi,
yeah, which is wicked random that he's got a lazy lion. I actually don't even know what that means. But Punter Jeff is a MicroStrategy boy on Twitter. There's another guy named Rai Quant that maybe has deleted his account. Maybe too much winning for Rai Quant. I don't know what's going on here. What happened to him? Yeah, he deleted his account or something. Absolute legend. There's a gentleman that Clemente of all people sent me. His name is Tim Coatsman. If you want to check him out, there's a MicroStrategy Twitter. MicroStrategy Twitter is the best corner of crypto Twitter, in my opinion, on the planet, because you just have sensible people that are accumulating an equity. Literally a stock. So there's no maxi bullshit, right? There's no like, because think about it, Bitcoin maxis don't like MicroStrategy. They're like, imagine paying 2.5x what it's supposed to cost for one Bitcoin, or imagine letting somebody else custody your Bitcoin for you. They're a bunch of friggin' dumbasses, okay? This equity is just firepower right now compared to anything else. There's no other publicly traded company in the world. And really the moment, the fork in the road for the two major publicly traded Bitcoin / crypto companies, Coinbase and MicroStrategy, we just witnessed that fork in the road. We talked about it a little bit on this show before. In the past 6 weeks, is that the fork in the road is that Coinbase said we're going to buy back our own stock. We're Ethereum people here randomly over at Coinbase. And keep in mind, I have an asshole to Coinbase. I actually, in one of my personal accounts, have way more Coinbase than MicroStrategy. So I made my own little mistake over the course of this bull run. But we're randomly Ethereum people over here at Coinbase. We decided we randomly want to be obsessed with Ethereum. And obviously you can't buy Ethereum as a publicly traded company, because what the hell are you talking about? You in theory could, but it's a weird move. It would just be a weird move. It's not money. So what the hell are you buying? You're buying a speculative ass random thing where the Ethereum Foundation, by the way, sells $100 million of it out of the blue to pay people's random ass salaries. What the hell are they doing over there? Like, what even is that, right? Oh, and by the way, it's inflationary. So you can't do that. So they said, well, we'll buy back our own stock. Well, the market said, why the hell are you a crypto company? You're buying your own stock instead of buying Bitcoin. Literally, what are you talking about? MicroStrategy said, I'm going to dilute our own stock. Michael Saylor says, we're going to dilute the stock. We're going to issue more shares. We're going to literally debase the MicroStrategy stock, and we're going to use it to buy Bitcoin. And the market said, I like the sound of that. I like the sound of, using traditional TradFi techniques to accumulate the scarcest asset in the world, the literal apex predator of financial assets. So that was a big fork in the road, and it's been up only for Microsoft since then, or for MicroStrategy since then, and, kind of flat for Coinbase since then. And I don't think I still think Coinbase will be a $1 trillion company over the next X number of years. But I think that one thing right there kind of prevented a complete rocket ship takeoff. Am I still insanely bullish on Coinbase? Of course I am. I mean, you're buying what's the market cap of Coinbase, right?
We're looking at 76 billion.
76 billion. Someone just said Coinbase is a safer bet. Define, what does safer bet mean? Like, literally, what does that mean? I do not know what that means. That's saying, go ahead, Ray.
I was going to say, I disagree. And I think you're going to say the same thing. Like, if MicroStrategies has an issue, it's likely going to cascade over the overall crypto market, and Coinbase is going to have the same issue.
Yeah, but like, Saylor has literally positioned himself to never have an issue with this, with the way that he's, structuring their Bitcoin accumulation strategy. You should read detail from people that are way smarter than me, way more knowledgeable than me, that dedicate all their time to studying this one publicly traded company and their Bitcoin accumulation strategy. Dude, he survived the 69K to 16K dump after fucking a top 3 crypto exchange turned out to be a huge fraud. Like, I don't know if people remember that. There was a top 3 exchange, and it turned out it was all bullshit. They took all the people's money and they put it into their other hedge fund that actually had nothing to do with the exchange. It was just the founder of the exchange's hedge fund. And they went and they blew it up in the market just for gamblers, like just for gambling. They were just addicted to crypto gambling. They blew it up in the market like a bunch of assholes, and literally sent Bitcoin from 69K to 16K in the same year that Luna went down, in the same year that 3 Arrows Capital went down. All that shit happened. Michael Saylor was only 2 years into his strategy, and no problem with MicroStrategy. So now you're worried? Or are you just paying attention because the prophecy is coming true and MicroStrategy is a literal piss missile? And guess what? It hasn't even crossed $100 billion yet. You guys are going to be real mad when it crosses $1 trillion. Holy shit. People are going to be crying. You're going to see grown men release videos of them crying their eyes out. Beanie will be in tears. Dude, my boy Blast Stats, my boys, I don't know what we call him now. We just call him Stats. My dog, Sam Gelman from, what's it called? Memeland. He is going to be upset when this thing goes to $1 trillion. Holy shit. The dude is going to be mad. I'm going to have to console him. I'm going to see him at a conference. I'm going to be like, look, dude, dinner's on me. You're my guy. I like you a lot. You're really upset about how strong MicroStrategy is. And nobody say that I didn't talk about this shit. Literally, no, dude. I watch people in our comments, our adoring listeners, the people that I love and I'm huge fans of. They wrote, Michael Saylor is a joke. Literally, people were saying Michael Saylor is a joke during the bear market. I was like, that is the most random opinion I've ever heard. That's like if I'm like, yo, Stephen Curry is a joke. Is he? I'm pretty sure he's one of the best basketball players of all time. It's pretty weird for you to go in the comments and just be like, Stephen Curry is a joke. So there you go.
One thing that's also interesting to me is what happens like if Michael Saylor walks out of his apartment tomorrow morning and just gets hit by a bus.
That's the only comment that you can make about MicroStrategy.
It's the most bullish situation, to be honest, because then there's no access to the Bitcoin. It's basically Satoshi all over again. Like, you have one of the multi-sig signers gone. Now you just can't move the Bitcoin. It's basically cold storage for life. I would buy Bitcoin in that case. I would buy MicroStrategy stock for the first time. That'd be great.
So real quick,
It's like the dead artist theory.
So everybody. So all right. So both Easy and Ray are right. So there's different ways. Okay, Easy was joking with what he was talking about, but the message is still correct. Where There is, if Michael Saylor was to die, and by the way, I love how Ray brought this up because I'm always talking about people dying and what that means for the asset. If Michael Saylor did die, that would be key man risk, and that is a big problem. And key man risk is what you get with every crypto except for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's not crypto, right? It's just the new money and there's no key man risk. If Vitalik dies, that's a problem for Ethereum. If Anatoly dies, that's a problem for Solana. If Brian Armstrong dies, it's a problem for Coinbase, right? That's key man risk. That's what happens when you buy an equity. That's when you buy, you're buying a publicly traded company and there's key man risk. So that's the only thing that you can talk about when it comes to MicroStrategy as an issue, is that there's key man risk. I do think that knowing Saylor, everything is in place for shit to continue to go down if he did die. Everything's ready to rock and roll. They're going to keep this Bitcoin strategy going. Dude, the stock was trading at $6 before the Bitcoin strategy, ladies and gentlemen. $6, guys. Now it's trading at 500 after a 10-to-1 split. After a 10-to-1 split, it's trading at 380 or whatever. Sorry, but it went up to 500, right? It's trading at 380. 10-to-1 split. Mr. Yellow said, "Pio's ready to take over." Yeah, they know who to call. Yeah, no, I don't think I'd take over. There's plenty of better people over at MicroStrategy. So but if he did die, there could be a meme style run on it. And some people do think it's a meme stock, which is hilarious when you're calling a company that owns 450,000 plus Bitcoins a meme stock. This isn't GameStop, bro. This isn't a dying video game company. This is a company that has 450,000 Bitcoin. By the way, if GameStop wants to survive forever, they should just plow all that cash they have because of their, stock price going up into, issuing more shares. They should just plow all that money into Bitcoin. So anyway, back to you, Ray.
Yeah, let's just give the people what they want, essentially, at this point. I think we're ready to shark with dildo, meme coins. Now, I understand your conviction. I think there's more risk than you lead on. And I think that you need to have the level of conviction you have to stay in these plays as you're going up like hundreds of X's and you're just confident the whole way up. I think this level of conviction is like something that if you believe in something and you hold a position, you keep taking this position, you're going to reap the rewards from that conviction. And you have so far. Two more things. Well, three more things. The first thing is, after we talk about this, I want to launch a token called Keyman Risk on Pump.fun. Do you think that'll pump easy?
No.
Ticker risk. Keyman Risk.
Maybe.
That's kind of cool, right? That's kind of cool. Or is it too sophisticated?
Too sophisticated.
Well, hold on. Before you launch this coin, this coin, Big A said, so am I saying that I'm going to hold MicroStrategy after the bull market? Wouldn't it go down massive after 3 years? I'm personally going to hold my MicroStrategy forever. I think, and I'm going to accumulate more when there's those drawdowns like Big A is talking about, because I understand how valuable the company is. My mom has more MicroStrategy than me because I plowed an assload of her money into it. And I think that I will take some profits on her stack, because it's one thing for me to stomach drawdowns myself, which is literally no problem. I can do it in my sleep. I'm sitting on one chair. With my mom, I don't want her to be like, oh, we're down $300,000. Like, I just feel like that doesn't make sense. So I'll take profits with her stack. Like when it's stupid, like when Bitcoin's like $200,000 plus, when it's just silly mode, and MicroStrategy is like, $1,500, and like the stack is just getting out of control. So I will do that. Real quick, second comment. We got a gentleman right here. I'm big on, standing on business. I'm big on being 10 toes down, and just making sure that as a grown ass man, your commentary is something that you stand on, and it's not just fleeting, and you're not just saying something one day and it's gone the next day. Chad Michaels over here, that's a pretty cool name. He said, my heart's going to break when Saylor finally gets liquidated. Are you ready to stand on business on that comment, Chad, and admit that you're wrong when he never gets liquidated? Is Chad Michaels ready to be 10 toes down on that opinion and actually say, you know what, I was completely wrong and there was never any liquidation? That's my question for my guy Chad. Thanks for watching the show, Chad. Keep holding it down. Are we making the key man risk token right now?
We can. I need some good links though. I need some good.
What do you mean by links?
So like we should probably go to Twitter.
Just link Michael Saylor's Twitter.
just Saylor's Twitter.
Is this
Just Saylor's Twitter?
Wait a minute. Can we make this coin? What happens if we make this coin?
It just goes live.
No, I know. Easy's like, yeah. But I mean, like, can we legit do this and it's okay? Like, we're on TV right now. We're in front of millions of people. We're just going to make this coin. Wait, so you made it? Are you making it?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Put in 0.01 Sol, and you guys can just do whatever you want with it.
Wait, what's the second? Is it made?
Key. No, it could not create.
I said risk, not key.
Okay, well, we can still change it.
Wait, people in the audience,
didn't make it.
Time out. We got to make the best coin that we can right here. The Keyman Risk coin with Michael Saylor. What is the best ticker here? What's the best ticker?
Risk.
You think so?
Yeah, risk.
All right,
Let's go.
Name, Keyman Risk, ticker Risk. What do you think about the description? One man controls Bitcoin, take control back.
Perfect. Perfect. Link all Michael Saylor's stuff. Good to go.
All right, so what do I do? Paste the CA.
Am I missing a captcha somewhere?
What's going on here?
I'm gonna have to refresh. I don't even know what this is.
People are talking about the SEC. Gary Gensler's stepping down. His old bald ass. Get out of here, dog. Mickey W goes, there's already a Saylor token. This ain't a Saylor token, bro. This is Keyman Risk.
No, it's a Keyman Risk.
Keyman Risk. Easy. Show this in your Telegram groups.
Yeah, let me just dump Keyman Risk.
I love how Pump.fun is a 97% probability of getting banned in the United States. It's live?
We're live.
Keyman Risk. Hit me with that CA.
Yeah, one sec. Let's view the coin.
People are front running me. I know people are already finding this thing. Give me that. No.
It's at 15K.
No. Where? How do you already find it? What the fuck? Where? Yo, this is okay. There we go. Thank you, Ray. What the fuck?
30K. It's flying. 32K. 30, 40K.
What the fuck are you talking about? What
just
the
sending.
fuck are you talking about? Yo, this is bullshit. Yo, what the fuck?
52K.
No.
57, 58, 60K.
No. How come on? My buys aren't going. Oh, the stupid slippage, dude. Who's resetting my slippage to fucking 10%? What the fuck? No. Fuck. This was my idea. Fuck you guys. This was my idea. This was literally my idea.
You're not paying it on
about to bond.
Yo, somebody put a buy in for me. This is trash. This is fucking bullshit. I'm not
touching this. I'm not touching this.
Dude, this is trash. This is bullshit. All right, I'm in at 74K. Thanks, assholes. Literally fucking thanks, assholes. This is trash.
It's about to bond.
This is fucking
so
literal ass. Like, this is fucking
good old Keyman Risk.
Fuck you guys. This is bullshit.
It's a great idea, yeah.
I'm gonna lose money on this now.
You just made me half a soul.
Oh my god. That was dumb. That was really stupid.
Shout out Pump.fun for the bonding reward.
Yep. You get the soul now. 1 soul for bonding.
Yo, fuck Colin McIntyre. He had a comment that I was gonna address. Now he's just like, yeah, I'm up 10x. Fuck you, Colin. Literally, get out of here, dude. I was supposed to be up 10x. I came up with the idea. How the fuck did you guys find this thing?
They were already scanning. Did you see the peanut owner drama?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yesterday, yeah. Okay.
Another case of if the guy just asked for money during the heat of it, the people would have.
He got money, so he got money and he dumped it early. That's it.
Yes, this one. Yes, Colin, that one. I was mad at you over that, and I was going to talk about how it's not whatever this word is that I feel like you're not even supposed to say this word. And I was going to be mad about that and say this is an investment. It's not a yeet or whatever. This is bullshit, though, that I made a coin and I didn't get in until 74K. That doesn't make any sense. That's bullshit. This is literally my coin.
It's your coin.
This is literally my coin.
It'd be your coin. That'd be key man risk. I'm waiting for the key man risk CTO. Who's launching that?
Let's CTO it.
So other people, so you gave.
He's so over it. He's done.
It was my coin. I made it. I literally made it. We have live footage of me conceptualizing the coin. Like I am the death. What the hell? Sharp Matters like technically Ray made it. Tell that to the idea for Uber, but didn't make it. Fuck you. People like what? You have to actually go and build a business. Ray just filled out a form on a website. Get out of here.
Putting in the hours, putting in the dirty work here.
Oh my God. This is terrible. That is crazy. So what's going to happen? It's going to take 2 hours to migrate.
No, migration's quick. Migration's quick now. It'll take a couple minutes.
Okay, and then it's going to probably go to 0 right after. And
probably.
I don't know. Maybe it's a really big idea. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I like it. And speaking of pretty good, let's thank the partner for today's show one more time. Stream HQ. Love Stream. We're going to do a little more math here. If you haven't signed up for Stream, go to bodogos.com/stream. Sign up now. They're an Animoca incubated project. Animoca Incubated is a level beyond Animoca Back. The last Animoca Incubated project was Mochaverse. Super, super successful project. You're going to want to get in now. This is the early access phase of Stream. Get in, go to bodogos.com/stream, sign up, get their extension, follow the mobile game room links pinned to Twitter, sending another one in the YouTube comments. Now we're going to do a little math live on stream as we wait for that ticker to cook. We're going to do a little math craft here. We're going on, I think we're going on easy mode again.
It's jumping hard. It's at 45K.
Yeah. We'll let that marinate. We'll let that marinate for a minute. We'll let it marinate. So basically this game, we played a little bit earlier, Pio. We have to remove tiles to add up these blocks in the correct number. So we got to make this 6 by removing tiles, removing 1 block from the left side. My math is extremely off right now. Why can't
Someone's telling me to tweet it. I can't tweet it, dude.
Why can't you tweet
what am I going to say?
Minus 6.
Yeah, my brain's cooked right now. 11, 16 minus 7. No,
minus 7.
Yeah, 16 minus 5 is 11.
That'll be, yeah.
And that last one, answer looking for 6 here. So we need to do 5 plus 2 minus 1. Boom, done. Animoca backed. Stream HQ, another layer on top of content streaming. Love Stream. We're going to drop a couple more of these during the show. You want to participate, earn your shards, earn your gems for future rewards. If you know what Animoca projects are, you understand why that is valuable. All right, let's get back over to Pump.fun now. I don't see it, which is the problem.
Yo, Colin, get out of here, dude. My there's on this coin now. Get out of here.
There's a lot of key man risk here with UPO. We're gonna need you to tweet out the CA. We're gonna need you to do some deadlifts while you're just saying like, "Hey, I'm working
risk.
Key man risk. I'm here. I'm backing it. I'm putting in the work." Look at this nice little bounce off the 718 here, though.
All right, we're buying the
718.
We're buying the dip.
Perfect bounce off the 786 right there. Look at that. Have you seen a better bounce off that here?
Beauty. It's a beauty. Pay the dex. Stop.
Pay the dex? What does that mean? Like a market maker?
No, you pay the dex, which is dex screener.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It like verifies the
token.
Dude,
it's fighting back. People are interested in key man risk. Look at that.
Yeah,
so wait,
off the bounce there.
Let's really talk about this. Is it only our audience that's buying this right now, or is this actually getting bought by random people on Pump.fun?
Probably random people too. Just because it's volume based. Yeah. So like when you see like these kind of run like that, it makes people interested.
Really? And Mr. Yellow's like, fry eggs on stream. I don't think that's going to be the thing that sends this thing. 315 holders. This thing's cooking. Wait, are there a lot of rats?
No, there shouldn't be.
Yeah, there really shouldn't be rats. which is confusing because I bought 0.01 with a dev wallet. So how does it work with rats and like initial buyers?
It's only if they transfer. That's the thing.
Okay. Yeah. So here's what we can do here. This is another feature that I just found out about on BullX. If you go, sorry, this is on Neo, which is going to be launching soon. If you go over to this advanced checks here and you click on the sniper button, it shows you the first 70 buyers and like their positions. So like the first 2 buyers are still holding 100% of their positions. Some people have bought more. These are the blue circles. And then there's a bunch of like red half circles. Those have sold part of their allocation. And then the empty red circles have sold everything. So there are a number of like snipers. If you look at all these like little sniper buttons, these are like people who sniped it within the first 70 buys.
So those are people watching the show. The snipers are people watching the show.
Have to be.
Yeah, or people like who like have
bots?
some sort of like bot set up to look at initial volume.
Got
There may be like some sort of like coins launch differently, I think, with different allocations. So maybe they have a filter. It's like, okay, the dev owns less than this percent. It's getting this many buys in the first couple minutes. We're just going to snipe a bunch of supply. Like there could be like different parameters they set like that.
Got it. So W got in at 10K. Look at that, W. Good job.
Keyword, I'm an empty red circle in there.
That's a funny comment.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, a lot of fun. I mean, it's kind of fun launching these. I mean, I get half a soul for launching it, which is cool.
This is garbage. I mean, so now this thing's just gonna like what even is gonna happen here? There's like a war over 50K right now. We're gonna get off the show. I'm not gonna tweet it because like how what am I? Even if I tweeted it, like I don't picture people that follow me on Twitter just like being like, oh, that guy tweeted something. Let's fucking go. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just like, is the meme good enough? And like, if there's not a team behind it and the meme's not like S tier, then like it eventually dies off. So essentially, that's kind of how it works. Or if like someone really likes it, has supply, decides like, okay, this meme's good enough for me to CTO, acquire supply, pay decks, pay market makers, like people could take it over. So it's like strength of meme if the initial team isn't going to be like doing dev work on it.
What
you should just assume listening to the show, they're not going to be doing any of that.
What does dev work mean?
Marketing, paying the deck screener, like spinning up a Twitter, a Telegram, putting bots in the Telegram, tweeting, like community building, like everything. Like, yeah. Yeah, Pio love to take credit for the idea until he hears about all the work that goes along with it.
What do you mean all the work? Literally, people are launching these things constantly. Nobody's doing any work. Pay the decks. Well, how much do you pay the decks?
I don't know. I think it's a couple $100.
That's not much.
Someone said I'm playing dumb. No, I really have no idea how any of this shit works because it's literally fucking bullshit. I mean, this is not Michael Saylor building a publicly traded company, accumulating 450,000 Bitcoin. This is someone filling out a form on a website. Just Chad Michaels said he made a Telegram. Yeah, you guys should CTO it. Tell Michael Saylor to tweet it. I'm sure he will.
Yeah, he'll sprint to tweet this one.
Yeah,
dump your MicroStrategy and pay the decks.
What you gotta do is share this with all your MicroStrategy Twitter buddies.
Yep.
This is how you hedge. This is how you hedge against an issue.
Key man risk.
Because when Michael Saylor walks out and gets hit by a bus tomorrow, this coin's going to like 2 billion.
That's for sure. I'm talking with Wintermute to market make this. Someone launched a fake key man risk.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, a lot of fun there. We're coming up on an hour here. I've got some quick hitters I'm just going to run through really quickly. And then Easy, if you want to bring up the charts, I want to talk about the pullback we saw. We have to at least show that to the audience before we go. See what the chart's looking like, just to make sure everyone's fears are calmed and Bitcoin is looking all right. So if you want to pull that up, I'm going to go through some quick hitters first. Sure. Over the last 24 hours, Justin Sun invested $30 million into Trump's World Liberty Financial. This makes him the biggest backer of that project at this point. We saw the Rumble video streaming platform adopt a Bitcoin treasury strategy, following in Michael Saylor's shoes. Not as much key man risk there, as they're only issuing $20 million worth to do this. Phantom Wallet launched support for Base blockchain. I've seen base being talked about a bit more. Zenika's making it his whole personality on Twitter. Wisdom Tree registers for a spot XRP ETF, another XRP ETF on the books. We saw Avalanche 9000 go live in testnet.
Huge.
Yeah, this is big. Easy wrote a tweet about this. It's going to enable cheaper L1 launches, 96% reduced fees on that chain. So that's a big one. Hopefully that all goes well in testnet and we see that live sooner than later. And we also saw all the AI tokens on base under the virtual AI agent. They pumped. They showed some strength after Binance talked about the platform specifically in their AI and crypto report. So those are some of the big quick hitters over the last 24 hours. Wanted to keep you informed while Easy brought up that chart. Easy, what's the chart telling us on the macro here?
So what I'm looking at on this, and like the main thing that I'm identifying, is this trend line that we had drawn yesterday held perfectly. If you look, like perfect bounce off of that all the way down to like that 91K area on the daily. So we're now back up into this 93 area. I want us to kind of break and hold over this 94. We saw that break down, retest here, reject off of it. So even as you kind of like zoom in, we're still in an uptrend. I think line in the sand for me would probably be a little bit closer to like 85K a retest of, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But obviously to crypto Twitter, that's like a huge sell-off. Of course, we're trading on DYDX. It's a platform that I use for all spot and leverage trading across the board. Hands down my favorite. You can see the full order book as well. We're seeing significantly better buy pressure than sell pressure right now, which shows that there's probably a chance for a bounce here back over this and pushing back up towards that 96 area. That's the benefit of why I like DYDX personally. We do work with them, but on top of that, order book flow, the deepest liquidity for any decentralized exchange. And if you have stables sitting around, you also can get 60% APR across the board when you deposit to that. It's a way to provide liquidity across every market. And if there's a token not on here that you want to trade, you can create your own market. So the benefit of a decentralized exchange is you can deposit 10K USDC into a pool, and that pool lets you long and short any token, including meme coins. So if you saw Justice yesterday, the new Peanut token, or you wanted to short Peanut and you couldn't find the market for it, you can do all of that directly on DYDX using Megavault, using the new unlimited feature, and so much more. But of course, as we look at these charts here, we're currently trading this like bull flag, bull wedge that we broke out of last time. So a retest is not terribly surprising. A bounce here would set us up perfectly for 100K. So that's kind of where I'm watching on that. On Sol, we are seeing a little bit more aggressive selling. We did bounce right off of this previous line of support at 222. So that's kind of where my head goes right here. Is as long as we can hold that line 222, pushing back to all-time high is not out of the question. So that's kind of where I'm watching. Is 222 is that line in the sand for me. And then I'm also kind of watching the same uptrend that we see on Bitcoin. We do have a similar uptrend on this. So I'd be watching for a hold of this line right here that I kind of just am keeping an eye on. You could probably even move it just a little higher to catch that wick. And as long as we can kind of hold 214, 215, we should continue the uptrend on Solana, which is what I want. That's kind of the bigger thing here. And just so we can get a cleaner line. That's kind of the way that I'm watching it. Of course, we are sort of flagging here as well. So if I'm watching that, failed breakout, retest, this little area is make or break here. Underneath 220 should open us up to a push down to that 215. Potential upside 255 again. So for a retest of all-time high. ETH is hands down the most boring chart, but actually holding the strongest. It's just basically been consolidating in this range. So rejected off of previous line there, and I'd be looking for downside at 31. So we're kind of still just in this range here between 3190 and 3370. Break back above would push us. Hopefully we could get up to 3600. 3570 is where I'm looking. So like I said, I enjoy the charts just high level. Kind of just some simplistic lines that I'm watching here on ETH. Hold over this line at 337, push to 35, hold under it. We could see a test at 32. Bitcoin, of course, people freaking out. We're still at 93K. We had one of the wildest parabolic moves we've seen November 5th from 67K up to 90, 50% candle. You can't really be too upset on a pullback here. That's where my head goes though. So just cautiously watching, enjoying it, seeing kind of where the market moves from here. But I don't think there's any cause of concern on a pullback after these absolutely insane runs.
AVAX looking very nice.
AVAX looks great. Yeah, that's one that I'm like very excited about. That 42. You can see it clearly broke out of this downtrend that it's been trading off of from its previous peak in December of last year.
What's ATH on that? What's the ATH on that?
So this chart only goes back to 2023. All-time high on AVAX, I believe it's like 230.
Whoa!
Check. Yeah, it's got a lot of room if we want to zoom out. AVAX, it's market cap. AVAX tether. Let's see this.
Seeing
pair.
145.
145. Yeah, 145.40. So yeah, I mean that looks to me looks really good. Like that's almost 4x from here. The bigger battle I'm gonna see is like 65, and I think we could get 65 before the end of the year. Over 65, we look at 81 and then 105. So 65, 85, 105 are kind of the things that I'm watching here. That's where I'm like way more interested. So AVAX, in my opinion, is one that I'm really interested in, and then I really like Near as well. I've been pushing the Near battle for a while because I think Near has a pretty clear path back to $9. So even a 50% candle here, both Near and AVAX have very similar charts breaking out of a downtrend. But even this Near chart, you're making the only concern I guess I would have is lower highs here. So you almost want to just make sure we can get breakout. But if you even look at like the 3 lower high strat, which is like 3 candles, so you have 1, 2, 3, we've officially made a higher low. So that's kind of what we're signifying back into an uptrend right here, which is nice. So after we continued downtrends, we finally have that reversal breakout and higher lows across the board here with higher highs. So it seems like the uptrend's going to continue. I'd be watching Near and AVAX are the two. A lot of people do like FTM. I'm seeing Phantom get talked about a lot. Ansom's bullish on this too. Up 13% on the day. Yeah, this is a crazy chart at $1. And FTM all-time high.
Just get if Ansom got paid by them, or
I don't think so, because he's been bull posting about Sonic for like 6 months, which is FTM's new protocol. It's supposed to make it much faster. And truthfully, FTM does have like a really strong DeFi community. Their lead dev left last year, but is now back. So that's why a lot of people are like, okay, this is a good sign. If he's back, means that there's some serious potential for FTM to get back into like its heyday pricing, which is a 3x from here. So like, honestly, those are probably the 3 that I'd be closely watching are Near, AVAX, and FTM. Those are the 3 that I would be allocating for an alt exposure bag.
Sonic Labs is what Phantom
Yeah,
is,
Sonic.
huh?
I mean, it was just a bunch of yapping from Easy there, and really all you need to look at was Clemente's normie friend texting. Thank God I sold Bitcoin at 99K, looking to buy back at 85.
So Clemente talks about this kid. It's wicked funny. Like
It's so funny.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
This kid sounds like a trip. I'd love to, dude. It's funny. Like my old neighbor who I hadn't talked to in a few months, who's like an actor. He randomly texted me on Saturday, and I was like, oh, I wonder if he's like back in New York. And then it hit me. I was like, nah, he's probably texting me because of Bitcoin/crypto for sure. Real quick, Ray, I sent something in the private chat that maybe you can show on screen real quick. Look at this one, ladies and gentlemen. 2 hours ago from Michael Saylor.
I saw this.
Because another bozo's writing a tweet that's just like, if Michael Saylor fell, well, guess what, dude? He's not going to sell. He's literally obsessed with Bitcoin. He's buying it forever. He's never selling because that's the correct time horizon. If you had bought an apartment building in Manhattan in the year 1900, there has never been a good time to sell it. You could rent it out. You could borrow against it. That makes sense to people, right? You can make rental revenue off of it. But why would you sell it? Literally, why would you sell it? You have the baseline for an incredible wealth building business forever if you own that building.
Yeah.
Colin McIntyre. Is Colin a long time listener of this show? Because I feel like I don't remember seeing Colin's name before, and I'm a fan of him today. We started off on rocky ground when he was telling me not to yeet my mom's money, but now he's being very funny, and he's a big supporter of Keyman Risk, the greatest meme coin ever created.
Yeah, well, I like the Saylor response because he's pumping up a horse who I own in Fantasy Top, which is a big play. He's a horse for me this week, as this post has 275K impressions now. Love to see that. Love to see that going on. Yeah,
real quick. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it's just like interesting, like seeing this. Like it just, I don't know. I think it's just more Keyman Risk. Like he's not selling, but like who knows what else could happen.
Right. Obviously, there's risk. Right. There is risk. If saying that there is no risk would be so dumb. But people are over here buying random ass meme coins at $20,000 market cap. That's risk. That's landmine field level risk. You can just plow hundreds of thousands of dollars into MicroStrategy gradually and watch yourself become like filthy rich. Like there are people that are watching this show right now that are 26 years old. If you're 26 years old and you have a job and you make money at your job, maybe you live with your parents. Hopefully you live with your parents and you don't have rent expenses. You can just take all the money from your job and plow it into MicroStrategy right on Robinhood. Really easy. You can buy fractional shares. It doesn't even matter if you buy whole shares. And just plow your money in. And you are going to watch that account grow and grow and grow. And like you will just be rich by the time you are 38. Like actually rich. Like stupid rich. Like rich enough to get a girl. Isn't that crazy? You can actually get a woman. I'm just messing with you. But real quick, one more thing. Ray, can we look up a quick clip? Mr. Yellow goes, cut the show now. PO can do another 45 minutes straight on this tweet. Real quick, Ray, can we go to any Michael Saylor clip from the recent PBD podcast? Patrick Bet David. Dude, Patrick Bet David, first of all, I wanted to figure out a Patrick Bet David impression because I saw someone do it and I was like, oh yeah, he's a good guy to do an impression on. He's got like yeah, I don't know. I think he's like Persian or something. I don't know what he is. He's got a fun accent. He's just like, so you'll never sell. Oh, no, that's not good. That's more New York Persian. That's not the best. I'm going to figure out a Patrick Bet David one. Yeah, any of these. Let one rip real quick. Let it rip real quick. And time out before you do it, I guarantee people watching this show, at least 50% did not watch this interview, maybe 75%. You have to watch this interview. You're not allowed to watch our show unless you watch this interview. I expect our listeners to drop off because they're watching this interview. So go ahead and put it on. Okay, PVD's from Iran. Yeah, Persian. I was right. There you go. But anyway, let it not Ray, you wrote that. Fuck you. But anyway, here we go.
The most robust, resilient thing the human race has yet to invent. For example, it's running on tens of thousands of nodes. You can't even identify the nodes. And there's an identical copy of the Bitcoin ledger on every one of them. Bitcoin is a nuclear hardened protocol. It's pretty much the most robust, resilient thing the human race has yet to invent.
Ray, stop. I'm saying stop with the Z's. So real quick, yeah, that's pretty funny. Someone's asking, watch the whole thing, just the whole Saylor interview, not like the whole PBD podcast. I don't know what the hell those guys talk about on the first half. It's kind of, I don't know. It's not for me. I don't think it's for me, but this interview is definitely good.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. There's a number here. Yeah, I'm going to say 99% of our podcast hasn't listened to this.
I don't think 90, like that doesn't make any sense. There has to be crossover. Real quick, can you zoom in a little bit so I can see the text, and we're going to pick one and then we're done. I thought he might be Armenian, Uncle Eth. He looks like he's Armenian. Keep going. Wait, what's this one?
12 minute. This one is, that's not a clip.
What's this one?
This is
yeah, drop this one. This one's good. It's 6 minutes. We don't have to do the whole thing.
One day, 8 billion people want to put their money in Manhattan and cyberspace. Bitcoin is the first perfect money, the first perfect money in the history of the human race. I spend my copious free time reading economic history, and I've read thousands of years of economic history and tens of thousands of pages, and it's one chaotic, disaster train wreck of, we used seashells, we used bales of tobacco, we used silver and gold, and we clipped the coins, and we had bimetallism, and it crashed, and we had fiat currency, and we had a debt crisis, and no one ever had a money that was not defective. I mean, I can show you examples of monetary crashes every 30 years for the past 3,000 years in every single culture. And Satoshi comes along for the first time and says, oh yeah, here's money, it's not broken. And it's so profound. It's like, you look at this water, you sit down at a table and the poor person thinks, oh, I got to drink water. And the rich person wants to drink $1,000 bottle of champagne or wine or something. But for 100,000 years, humans didn't have clean water, right? And if you read the history of civilization, people are dying in their 30s and 40s and 20s because the water's dirty, because they're getting infected. If you were Henry VIII, you didn't have clean water. The reason they all had gout is they had to drink wine with alcohol in it, and they ended up with degradation of their limbs because they didn't have clean water. So we only have clean water, clean air, clean food that doesn't kill us. We only have it for the past 100 years. We had dirty money from 3 million BC all the way up to January 3rd, 2009. We have dirty money, and there's one guy that actually finally gives us clean money, non-toxic. It does not kill us. So is it spiritual? Yeah, it's spiritual. It's like, what happens when I inject poison and toxic into the veins of my kids? They're dying. It's like forcible chemotherapy to a 12-year-old athlete. You know, that's the problem. All these companies have a useful life expectancy of 10 to 15 years. You know why? Because the capital is toxic, because the money that they capitalize on is toxic. It's sucking the life out of them.
Yep.
Satoshi comes along and he gives you non-toxic money. Ooh. And who else did it before him? Nobody.
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 Nobody. No, nobody's done it before. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. I love how he just goes off into these tangents. He's like, oh, water bottle on the table, Henry VIII. Let's do it. Let's hit it up. Like, we're going off on these absurd stories.
Dude, money's been manipulated, dude, forever. And now we finally have money that can't be manipulated. It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, to an extent. I mean,
you're talking about the price. The structure cannot be manipulated.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's just an asset that has a finite cap and a ledger that's decentralized. But still, if somebody is controlling large portions of this, which like these entities are buying up more and more, it does kind of go to become more centralized, and it does become more controlled. Like, I don't think Bitcoin is immune from the follies of other money over time. Over a long time.
That's a bold take, Ray. That's a bold take. So you're saying
your take is that all money up till this point has been bad, and you're saying like every money's been bad. This money is now perfect. Nothing can oust this money in the future.
It's perfect compared to anything we've had before, including gold. Dude, we're about to just be grabbing gold off of asteroids, literally. Like, literally. That's not even hyperbole. Like, think about it. 100 years ago, you basically were just figuring out the miracle of flight. Like, look up the Wright brothers and look up when that was all going down. That's 100 years ago, bro. In another 100, and now we're landing rockets on chopsticks with Elon Musk, the chopsticks, right? So just think about that for a second. Just think about that. 100 years. We go from Wright brothers. I don't know the exact date on Wright brothers. I'm sure someone will fact check me here. Go from Wright brothers to reusable rockets, bro. Reusable rockets. Are you serious? Are you serious? So what's going to be in 100 years, bro? Oh my God. It is going to get weird. Right. We're going to be on Mars and shit. All sorts of crazy stuff, right? It's about time we have a digital money. When gold's price goes up,
calling me gold.
yeah, you are gold. You're the man. But when gold's price goes up, they pull more gold out of the ground. Okay, they manipulate it. They're like, oh no, like we found gold. There's fool's gold. They debase the literal physical metal. There's all sorts of issues. We now have programmatic money, not governed by any single person. It's literally governed by math and computer systems. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
My issue is that you're looking back on seashells as money, and I think in 100 years you're going to look back at Bitcoin as seashells.
Oh,
yeah. You're doing all these other technical comparisons saying like, where are we going to be in 100 years? We went from airplane to rocket ship. We're going to go from Bitcoin to whatever the next thing is in 100 years. Well, like, I don't know why you can't make that leap there. This doesn't make sense to me. Why is Bitcoin infallible?
It's not that it's infallible. It's that to disrupt Bitcoin, you'd have to make like another like literal. A big breakthrough for me was realizing this. Like to disrupt Bitcoin, you would just make like the same thing again. And so like, it would be like, oh, well, why would I do that when I already have? That's like if I said, I'm going to make the next Amazon. It's like, even though that's totally different because it's a company, but still it's like, well, we have like Amazon. So how are you going to like make Amazon? Like we have it. Like, so how are you going to get any traction? The finite supply, the gradual distribution and the having the deflationary mechanism, the decentralized nature, and the way that it harnesses computational power in a decentralized and fully beautiful scaled way. Like, dude, it's crazy that China, for example, shut off their entire Bitcoin grid like a light switch in 2021. And Bitcoin just goes, okay, I'll grab some energy from South America. I'll grab some energy from Texas. So people are talking about quantum computing, but the quantum computing supports Bitcoin. It's just like, okay, so the quantum computers will be used to mine Bitcoin instead of the regular computers. That's like if you're saying they came out with a new engine, so that new engine is going to disrupt cars. Well, we're just going to take the new engine and put it in the cars. That's fine. It's like, yo, there's a V12 engine, dude. You worried about cars going away? No, we're going to replace the V6 engine with the V12 engine. That sounds pretty good. Someone said, whose rant is better, mine or the Island Boys? Is there a new Island Boys rant?
I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I completely agree that Bitcoin is the best we've had. It's completely disruptive. It's going to be disruptive in the mid to near term, but I just don't think it's infallible in the way that like you believe it is. Like 50 years, I don't think Bitcoin's relevant.
It's infallible compared to anything that we have, and there's just nothing else that you can put money in. Real quick, Wolfie, I talked about standing on business, and I talked about having 10 toes down. Are you going to be ready to say, I was wrong about quantum computing when it's a reality? That's what I'm asking Wolfie directly. Are you going to be ready to say, I was wrong? Because Wolfie's position right now is the minute quantum computers drop, which, by the way, they are going to drop. Inevitably, they are coming, right? So you are going to have them. So this will be a reality. Wolfie's position is, nah, Bitcoin's done after that, dog. That's literally LOL funny. Wolfie, stand on business, dude. Be ready to say, I was totally wrong about quantum computers as soon as quantum computers drop. Do you think that the millions of people that are focused on Bitcoin haven't just been bearing down trying to understand this? And that, like, literally, you think the end is just quantum computers? It's like putting a new engine in the car. Ben Wong, dude, you only have 9 toes, dude. That's a technicality, man. That's the technicality right there.
I've got a buddy with 9 toes, and we give him a hard time all the time with it.
Pete Gaskell said this is longer than live stream. All right, let's wrap it. This was extra long. I should have saved some of this for tomorrow.
No, this is great. I had a lot of fun talking. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We want to shout out our partners for the show one more time. Stream. Head over to bodoggos.com/stream if you haven't already to sign up. Stream is an Animoca-backed, or sorry, not Animoca-backed, one level further, Animoca incubated project. We love Stream. They put additional content layer on top of streaming services. You've seen other Animoca incubated projects do well, Mochaverse being the last one. You want to check this out. You want to participate. Thank you all for listening. You can catch us on all major podcasting platforms, Apple, Spotify. Watch us back on YouTube. See our pretty faces. See Pio's veins popping in his foreheads as I'm talking about the key man risk that exists under MicroStrategy.
Look at Big A's comment. He said, I'm going to be visiting people's funerals in 40 years saying I told you so. I'm that petty. This was too long, ladies and gentlemen. We aren't supposed to go this long. It was my fault. So we're not supposed to go this long. But thanks for watching, everybody. I'm not trying to take this much time out of everybody's day, my own included, but especially Ray's and Easy's. This was too long. So sorry, guys.
Have a great day. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you again tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time.